Hey guys, Scott back again with you. Doing another beer face-off video for you this evening. Depending on when you watch this, I know some of you guys watch a lot of my videos, one video, two videos. You notice I do a lot of compilation packs, and if you haven't watched those videos, I like those compilation packs, which I'm probably going to pop over my face or my shoulder. Because you can taste a lot of different beers from one particular brewery, whether it's Sam Adams or the one I have now today is from New Belgium, the Voodoo Ranger brand. IPAs may jump, to the top of your head right away because Voodoo Ranger seems to be a brand with the IPA. But recently I did buy a compilation pack from Voodoo Ranger / New Belgium. I think they call it Haze Days. Again, I'm probably going to have it pop over my shoulder or flash in front of my face here a little bit. They had four beers, 3 beers of each, and I'm doing a variation on some of the beers I'm not familiar with. I'm doing a beer dissection. What I'm doing today, though, is I wanted to pick 2 of the pack that many people have had before and kind of do a beer face-off or beer side-by-side, kind of analyzing it, in my opinion, subjectively on what I particularly like, and do it in front of you guys. And people seem to have fun with this type of video. So the 2 I have today and they're both all the beers in this pack are hazies, juicy hazy / New England IPA. And again, some of them you don't have to get the compilation, you can buy them separately. So what I have today is I wanted to take 2 very popular ones that you see every single day and put them side by side with you. So the first one is Voodoo Ranger Juicy Haze IPA. Okay, and the specs on this, it's 7.5% alcohol. I don't have the IBU units. You definitely can look it up. I think they sit between 20 and 30 IBUs, especially for hazies and New England IPA. And the other one, which is very popular out there from New Belgium, is Voodoo Ranger, the Juice Force. Okay, IPA. It's their hazy imperial IPA. Now this one, because it's imperial, I'm presuming the alcoholic strength is going to be considerably higher than that one, the Haze. I don't see it listed here. I believe it's somewhere around 7 to 9%, but I'm actually surprised I can't find it here. Okay. Oh, no, there it is, 9.5% alcohol. So this one's got a little bit more. Usually when you get into double IPA territory or imperial IPA, you're sitting between 7.5 and like 10%. So both of them, even though they're not the same alcoholic strength, they are both advertised as a juicy, hence Juice Force, or hazy / New England IPA. So these 2 you've seen before, whether you get my compilation pack that I've recommended or not. Okay, so I just got my 2 glasses. Let's pour these side by side. Okay, so kind of doing a face-off of the New Belgium, I guess 2 of their popular hazies here. So let me open up actually I'm going to open up both of them for us. I'll try to do it quickly for you. All right, so I'm pouring out the Juicy Haze IPA. That one is definitely looking very pale. Okay, both of these should be very pale, like kind of straw, maybe light gold at the very most. Okay, all right. So what I'm going to show you first is the Juice Force. Okay, so we had a nice, inch, supportive tight bubble head on there. Looks very good, pretty ideal. Thankfully, I don't have too many nucleation points. We definitely do have that hazy, slight opaque, up to say like a light gold color to it. It is obviously hazy. Again, most of these hazies, a lot of times, even though it may not be advertised in the grist, they may use some oats as well as some unmalted wheat to contribute to the hop matter that creates this hazy effect. Okay, so that's the Juice Force. This, as you can see, is the Juice Haze. Sorry, they got very similar names, so I'm making sure I'm not misspeaking here. The Juice Haze IPA. I poured this one a little more aggressively, very white foam. I'm probably going to have pictures popping over with them side by side. So that's the Juice Force. You can see it's a little bit more of a medium to dark straw color. At the very most, a light gold. And then you've got, again, here's your Juice Force, which is probably closer to a gold color. So first of all, the Juice Force is more gold, and the Juice Haze IPA is a bit more of a pale straw to maybe a light gold color. Okay, so let's take a sniff of the Juice Force as I poured that one first. Take a look at the aroma. Oh, wow. Very strong grapefruit, citrus grapefruit, maybe slight orange, mandarin, tangerine peel. So definitely pretty pronounced head. So remember, with this, I'm going to be trying to give you my opinion on which one I'm enjoying the most here. So this is the Juice Force. Remember, this one's going to have a little bit more alcohol, so I'm expecting a little bit more of maybe an alcoholic warmth to it. So cheers. Yeah. So with the Juice Force, okay, IPA, I'm going to have it over my shoulders so I don't have to keep showing that. A lot of grapefruit on the aroma, but on the flavor, I'm actually kind of getting almost like a candied orange tangerine peel on the taste buds, or even when you grate the rind of an orange. But there is some grapefruit in there, but I think I got more grapefruit on the nose on that one, and a little bit more of like a orange clementine type of flavor on the taste buds here. Okay, so let me take one more swig. Definitely medium carbonation on the Juice Force. There's a little bit, I was expecting more alcoholic warmth, which is fine. I don't like a lot of alcoholic warmth. Sometimes we call it hot. You kind of get that little bit of a burn. It actually, I think, drinks a little bit lighter than the 9.5%. It's definitely still medium bodied, but it's definitely not it doesn't feel like you're drinking kind of something really full bodied or at nearly 10% alcohol. So this one's definitely biased towards orange, candied orange, orange peel, a little grapefruit. So definitely get the idea as far as citrus. I actually quite enjoying it right now. The bitterness is definitely kind of a pronounced to assertive bitterness that I'm getting. I would say, actually, I'm going to say more pronounced. With these, remember, with New England Hazy's Juicies, they're usually not as bitter as West Coast IPAs. This one, though, gives me a little bit. Again, we're looking at the Juice Force IPA. Again, I'm probably having it over my shoulder. Yeah, definitely kind of a pronounced bitterness there. But very nice, but again, more biased towards the orange. Now, this is going to be the Juice Haze IPA. This one, remember, was a little bit more of a straw color to maybe a light gold. Again, still kind of opaque. Let's take a sniff of this aroma. See, now this one's just kind of giving me also a little more of a dank grapefruit pith. You still kind of get the grapefruit in there. Both of these, I didn't mention too much about the malt because a lot of times with these, they're using very neutral malt. So you kind of get like white bread character, wheat bread, doughy kind of malt. So the malt, provides some backbone to the hops, but it's usually not going to be the showcase. So again, this is the Voodoo Ranger Juice Haze IPA. Again, sorry, I keep looking down because they all have Juice Force, Juicy Haze beers. I don't want to keep confusing them. So again, grape. There's a little bit of I get a little bit of a white grape too here. Grapefruit pith, white grape, but very nice also. Okay, so let me take a swig of this. Now this one's not as carbonated. It's probably like a medium to medium low carbonation. Getting no alcoholic warmth. This one's definitely lower in alcoholic strength. Thought I had said it before when I first opened it. Yeah, this is about 7.5%. So 7.5 to 8 is kind of where I start getting that alcoholic warmth. Again, with this, I'm not getting much of that either, which is good. And sometimes it distracts, or I kind of perceive it almost like an astringency, which you don't have this with that. The only thing with this one, which I get with some IPAs, like even though it's lower alcoholic percentage, and so there's probably not as much residual sugar, I almost get like this filmy coating, like there is some residual sweetness and unfermented carbohydrates in there and sugars. That's kind of giving me this kind of I don't want to say sludgy. It's actually, it still tastes quite good, but again, the carbonations, we've lost it pretty quickly. You can see the color there. Pretty neutral malt, no alcoholic warmth, like the other one has a little bit more bite to it. The bitterness on this is actually a little bit lower. I would say this is just definitely moderate, not pronounced or assertive. But again, you do expect that with juicy New England IPAs, lower bitterness than some other, your typical American IPA, West Coast IPA. So guys, let me just take another. So again, this is the Juice Force IPA. Now this is the one, remember, as soon as I was taking the aroma in and then went to the taste buds, it's all citrus, but it definitely is more biased towards orange, clementine, zest of the orange, things like that, candied orange peel, things like that. If someone wanted to say there's a slight bit of tropical fruit character to it, would say like pineapple, I wouldn't argue, but even when I'm taking it on the nose again, I wouldn't even be shocked if they snuck in, even some puree or something like fruit juice into this thing, because you're definitely getting orange. But, so again, the Juice Force IPA, I'm going to pour a little bit more back into the glass. Slightly darker, still hazy, juicy, more orange, clementine, citrus. The Juicy Haze IPA here in the white can, all right, which again, this should look familiar to you. It is the paler of the two beers, okay, which there's no knock to it. It's more of just the fact of just a characteristic of the beer. But this one gives me a little bit more grapefruit, but it's not as, but again, there's something like giving me like this strange mouthfeel to it. Like there's residual sweetness and in it that's kind of coating my taste buds. But that one is definitely a little bit more emphasized towards the grapefruit. So if you're looking for an IPA and you like juicies and hazies and you do buy the New Belgium brand, which again, I won't go into New Belgium as far as being bought out by some big beer companies. That's why you see them so prevalent out there. The Juice Force IPA is more biased towards orange. So if you're looking for that, I would say buy the Voodoo Ranger Juice Force IPA. They both have citrus, but that one's more towards the orange. The Juicy Haze, okay, IPA, this one's a little more biased towards grapefruit. Okay, still citrus, a little more grapefruit, has a little bit of a kind of a coating to it that, but they're both solid beers. And again, remember the Juice Force has a lot higher alcoholic strength. So listen, I wouldn't turn these down. I review beers like this because they are so readily available. You can buy them at your local grocery store usually. You don't have to go to some exotic local beer store. There's a lot of them on the market. People don't know what they're buying though because they got the same looking character on there and they're like, all of them sound Juice Force, hazy. Like, what are we buying? So Juice Force IPA, more orange base, clementine, that type of citrus. The hazy Juice Haze IPA, even though they're both technically hazies, is more towards grapefruit. I have to say overall, and this is the drum roll here, as far as the quality, if I had these two beers lined up and I was at the store to buy it, I definitely would have to give it to the Voodoo Ranger Juice Force IPA as winning today's beer face-off, okay, against the Juice Haze, which again, I'm sure I've had to popped over 50 times already during this video. So anyway, guys, both are good beers. I may do standalone videos. I think I've done some standalone videos on these beers under beer dissection before in the past. Actually, I know I have longer videos just specifically talking about each beer. So if you're interested in that, take a look for those videos. But in tonight's beer face-off, definitely the New Belgium Voodoo Ranger Juice Force IPA wins over the Juicy Haze IPA, okay? But I would not stick my nose up at either one of them. Okay, guys? Till the next beer video, have a great night. Hopefully that helped you out. Take care. Bye-bye.